Our final presentation is the Jack Breslin Life Achievement Award. This award was initiated in 1968 in honor, of course, of the late Jack Breslin, longtime MSU Executive Vice President, and is presented annually to a Spartan Letter winner graduate whose distinguished post-college career has brought great honor to the individual and by reflection to Michigan State University and its intercollegiate sports program.
As a player, teacher, principal, and coach, Paul Ruby's life is intertwined with hockey. Since playing hockey for Michigan State in 1957 to 1959, Paul has dedicated himself to helping men and women of all ages and abilities to find the pure joy of the sport. A 2004 inductee of the Illinois Hockey Officials Hall of Fame, he has also been honored with the 2007 Paul Ruby Ice Arena and has September 29th designated Paul Ruby Day in the state of Illinois by proclamation of Lieutenant Governor Pat Quinn. Ruby has been the Director of Hockey Operations for Oak Park, Illinois for over 40 years. He has also served as the Amateur Hockey Association of Chicago President of the Illinois Amateur Hockey Association, President of the National Ice Hockey Officials Association, and has been a member of the MSU Varsity Alumni S Club for over 50 years.
You're a full member of Spartan, what you did.
Paul is one of the finest gentlemen I know, truly humble, a great mentor to our youth, and a great Spartan. So Paul, congratulations.
Thanks for the compliments, Joey. I'd like to introduce the people that have come here to support me. I have my grandchildren, Kristen Chivers, and my other granddaughter, Maria Mondrase, who plans to be a student here next year. My daughter, Jennifer Chivers, who works for American Airlines as an international flight attendant. Her husband, Mark Chivers, who's a pilot for American Airlines and flies all over the world. I also have my daughter, Jean Ruby, who's an alumni, played in the Spartan marching band, Spartan brass, and the football band.
Like you.
She's full of spirit.
He was my section leader.
Yeah, we were there together.
I also want to introduce somebody who's very special to me, and that's my beautiful wife. I have to tell you that many times on Saturday morning, I'm really going to be spending my 49th season at this one rink. I did go to a number of rinks prior to that, but I've been at this rink for 48 years, my 49th year. And for many years before my wife retired, she would say, "Would you like to go to that rink again on Saturday morning at 4:30 in the morning?" She retired, and now she says, "When are you going?" I'll give you a little background. I'm not going to be long. I could talk about many different parts of hockey, all because I coached at many different levels, and I also refereed at many different levels. So if you want to hear a lot of stories, you'd have to spend a long time with me. I was born and lived in the heart of Chicago. There were no hockey rinks. All of my young life I skated on playgrounds and on the old Illinois-Michigan Canal. I never had a coach. I skated in an arena when I was 17 years old. I met a man called Michael Kirby. He was a professional figure skater. He ran hockey skating schools. He encouraged me to go to school so that I could continue doing what I like to do best, helping people learn the game of hockey. I just want you to also know that I met a lot of achievers. And the first man that I wrote a letter to Emil Besson asking if I could try out for the hockey team. And I met him in the summer of 1955. What a great guy. Remember, we honored him last year. True achieving man who achieved much in his career. I met him to discuss attending Michigan State, and he said he'd give me an opportunity to be a walk-on. The second faculty person I met was Leonard Falcone. And I have to tell you, there's a book just came out about an Italian immigrant, right, who became the world's finest musician on the baritone. And I auditioned, I came here from Chicago. You know, at one time it took about 7 or 8 hours on a Greyhound bus to get here. And I got on the bus at 11 o'clock one evening. And at 7 o'clock I arrived here, probably got breakfast at Spud Nut Shop or Cuties. And I auditioned for the band. I left here to go back at about noon, and I was offered a scholarship in music. Now, you can imagine how tough that was to be in the marching band, the Rose Bowl band, the concert band, and being a freshman hockey player. My sophomore year, I had to make a decision, one thing or the other, because it was too much. I met a lot of other faculty members who were very helpful to me and to so many other students. Biggie Munn, I worked in his press box my junior and senior year. Frank Beeman, who taught me an awful lot about running tournaments, refereeing, and individual intramurals. I also had a lot of student athletes that I met. Earl Morrill, you know, we all know him about football, but he was a great baseball player. His locker in Jennison Fieldhouse, we were all in Jennison Fieldhouse, and his locker was just about 2 aisles away. I met Dan Curry. George Perlis was always very funny in Jake Dogger's class. He always told jokes and was always smiling. Wally Olson was an Olympian, gold medalist, who taught me about how to keep my head up when a pass was coming from behind. And how about the Miller family? Butch Miller was the first Miller, and he helped all of the hockey players. He was truly a very helpful person to help develop skills and talked me into joining the varsity club. Of course, in those days, we all joined the varsity club because it was an extra meal on Wednesdays. They always served sandwiches and coffee, and then we had a meeting, and it was a lot of fun. I also want to mention Johnny Green. I remember that he was out for track, and 40 Anderson, I think, drew him out and made him a great basketball player. I mention all these people because this is kind of Michigan State, people helping people, and we all talked about that today. And that's how we got our skills, and if I achieved anything, it's because of all these people. I want you to just take a minute and look at all the people that are in this room. They are all achievers. And not only that, they're all very willing to help others to grow and achieve. And I believe this is Michigan State. Go Green.
Go. I told you he was a gentleman. Paul, I love that picture of you with Amo, and also you're in your uniform number 12. And I want to say you're as good looking today as you were back then, I'm telling you.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Thank you. Okay, keep it up. Congratulations.